Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Karting with Chris. Today's video is the Spring 2 pre-final race. So for today, we are starting in second place, and I'm going to show you the qualifying for this race. So as you can see, Ava got pole, and then I got P2, and then Ben got P3. If you look at the difference between each other, it is less than a tenth of a second, so really close between the top three guys. Adrian's in fourth. He was off by a quarter of a second, but we know he's ridiculously good. So we cannot take Adrian out of this equation because we know even in a draft he'll be able to stick to us. So starting in second, we're still on the outside for the start, but we have no one in front of us to slow us down. So hopefully we can only lose like a couple positions and stay with the top four. Now there are only 7 drivers today because there was a slight chance of rain, and TSRS is, a week from this race. So that's why everyone didn't go to this race as we form up in the formation lap here. So only 7 people. So that means the top 4, because the top 4 are really the competitive people here, and that's where I want to stick. And if I can't stick with those top 4 and I get left behind, then the race is just screwed. So the start is absolutely important. So Ava is setting the pace of this formation lap, and she was going really slow. Usually I like to go a little faster than this, but if she goes too fast, they'll send us back, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to skip ahead because she was going really slow. So we're on the back straight here. We see them telling us to still go slower, and right now Adrian is pushing me, and we are speeding up, and we are green, and we are good to go. So initially I gave Ava too much room on the inside. Ben follows her, and then this guy right here, we lock bumpers, and I lose all those places. I'm still going side by side through turn 3 here, get a pretty poor exit, and I have to concede position going through the chicane. And I went from 2nd to 6th, and we're going to watch and see what exactly happened there. So we're going down the start-finish line here. We're green. Ava's on my inside. I expected her to pass me, and I expected Ben to pass me. And the guy in 5th, I expected to be side by side with them. But coming out of turn 1 here, we can see the 934 cart, and just completely cuts me off and puts me in the grass. See, I'm one wheel in grass, gave me absolutely no room to race. And when I was driving, I thought it was like a driver's incident or something. But after rewatching this video, it looks like he cut me off. So wasn't really happy about that, because I went from 2nd to 6th. Now I passed someone going through 7 back there. Sorry if I skipped over that, but in the first lap I went from 2nd to 6th and up to 5th. And at this point we can see the top 4 people have pulled away, and I'm just like really mad at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, if I catch up to this guy in 4th, do I pass them? Because if I catch up to 4th and pass 4th, then I'm starting on the outside again, and we're back to square one. If I stay in 5th, I'm starting on the inside, and that probably won't happen. So a lot of things are going through my head at this point, but my moral compass tells me if there's a move, go for it, because as we can see the guy in front of us going off in the grass there, because I don't like playing strategic like that. If there's someone in front of me, I gotta pass, I might as well pass them. So we're catching up to the 934 cart up here pretty quickly on this lap. He's made a couple mistakes going through turn 1, and coming out of 3, we are right on their bumper. Not quite on their bumper, but we are inching towards them. Down the straights, they're about even with us. And then watch here in the braking zone, we have just caught up to them. Exit of 7, we are now on their bumper. Through 8 and 9, I noticed that I had to slow down a bit more, and it wasn't enough to pull up alongside him for turn 1. So I'm looking for the move through turn 2 here. So going through turn 1, not going to even mess around. Going through turn 2, dive on the inside. No contact is made. He's still on my outside, going through turn 3 here, and then I get the cut back on him, going through the chicane. I'm not lifting off. I've got the inside. It's my corner, and I am able to pull away. So, I was talking about how he kind of screwed me up at the beginning, but that passing, going back and forwards right there, I was very clean on his part, so, good job to both of us there. I'm not trying to single this guy out or anything. That's not what I want to do. It's just I was really frustrated, and I just qualifying second was just I really enjoyed that because I'd never qualified that high before. So we're on lap 5 now. We're in 4th, and the only thing I can hope for is that Ben, Adrian, Ava start fighting. But Ava has already gapped Adrian and Ben, so I'm looking for Adrian and Ben to fight each other, maybe give each other a penalty, because that is like the only thing I am hoping for right now. Because I don't give up in these sort of scenarios. I am just head down, doing the qualifying laps, because if one of them dips a wheel, I can catch up to them pretty quickly. But it's looking like they are almost half a track in front of me. We're coming up to the 6th lap, and I'm going to walk you through what exactly a good lap looks like to me. So going through turn 2, I never hit the apex there. Same with turn 3, don't quite hit the apex there. It kind of unsettles the kart for me. I mean, if you do hit the apex, it's not the worst thing in the world. Chicane here, just absolutely murder those 2 apexes. They smooth them down, so it's a lot easier. Turn 7, again, just don't turn in early or late. It's just a normal apex. And then these ones, looking for the 2 white apexes, and then tracking out and taking the shortest line to the finish line. And I think my lap times were 43.2-ish. It was a pretty slow day today. During qualifying, though, I was setting 42.7s. So, my pace was a bit off, but for qualifying I had a draft, so that's why I'm off on pace. So enough complaining. I mean, it feels like that's what I've been doing all this video. So we're on the second to last lap. It's looking like Ben and Adrian are still close to each other, so hopefully they can, punt one of each other. Maybe I can tell Ben with my twin powers to absolutely murder Adrian or murder himself. But we're on the last lap here. It's looking like Ben is struggling to catch up to him. Ben told me that, he told me after the race that Adrian would kill him going through 7, 8, 9, but Ben would catch up to him through 1, 2, and 3. But for this video, I wasn't using the back camera because I forgot my SD card. You guys can yell at me in the comments for always forgetting camera stuff. I know I suck at that sort of stuff. But coming out of the last couple of corner heres, we're going to watch ahead as Adrian actually slowed down because he wanted Ben to pass him, and Ben was pushing him across the start-finish line because Adrian did not want second place. He wants to start in 3rd, and Ben was having none of that. Ben was like, I'm starting 3rd place. And we're going into the pits. I finished 4th, not the worst thing in the world. But if we look further ahead, we're going to see someone walk up to Adrian, and they're going to ask him if his kart is broken, and because he was slowing down at the end. And I'm going to tell you now, they gave him a 2-place penalty, and I think Adrian protested it, and they took away his penalty because, slowing down, that's really not a horrible offense. I can understand why someone would do that. But that's the end of the race. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. And if you like the video, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.